Wednesday, November 5th, 2025 at 6:19 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, we have a full moon in Taurus. I am psyched to be back, guys. I took a month, maybe 2 months off to kind of check in, reevaluate how this aligns with where I'm heading, with my goals, and it's important to do that, to pause and take inventory on what are my actions, do they line up with where I'm headed, do they support my goals, and it's right on target with what we're going to dive into today. Also, this energy is the flip opposite of the energy I was born under, so I know it well. Right now we've got the sun in Taurus opposite the full moon, sun in Scorpio opposite the full moon in Taurus. I was born under the sun in Taurus and the full moon in Scorpio. I love this energy so much. We have planets in every water sign. It's not a grand trine in water, it's too loose, but is very watery, very emotional. So how are you feeling? First and foremost, how are you feeling? Do you feel that pull into the sensuality of this Taurus energy with this moon? And did you feel that magnetic pull inward when we started Scorpio season, I think a couple weeks ago? Usually with this axis, I highlight the theme of pleasure. Scorpio is the most sexual sign in the zodiac, while Taurus is the most sensual sign in the zodiac. It's all about the senses, connecting with the earth, with the simple pleasures of life. So in the past, I really encourage you to go towards all things that feel good, towards that orgasmic experience through all the senses, through lighting them up. So I'm not saying don't do that. Still do that. Still get yourself that glass of wine, that piece of cake, the flowers, the massage, the orgasm, whatever you got to do. And we have Mars and Mercury in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of expansion. It likes to go big or go home. And it also likes to change things up. It's a mutable sign. And it doesn't do loops or routine very well. It's helping us upgrade our energy in this Scorpio Taurus realm, which is fixed, so it can get stuck. So I'm going to highlight something a little bit different today than I usually would, so we can expand on that pleasure aspect even more. Think about this for a moment. Vacation. The word and action of vacation is all about the contrast and the relief of our normal or usual rhythm. It's this relief from our usual rhythm, and it literally has the word vacate in it, vacating our normal responsibilities. So in order to go deeper into the pleasureful vacation-like aspects of our life, or maybe even literal vacation, we've got to focus on creating that contrast and perhaps even bring the aspect of pleasure into the full spectrum of our life. How can we do that? How can we bring joy into the work side of things? This is all about alignment, integrity, and authenticity. So this different perspective that I want to share with you today, this different Scorpio Taurus energy, is that it rules finances, values, and resources. Isn't it interesting that the full spectrum of this axis, just like we can't have black without white, we can't have pleasure or relief without a little pressure? It reminds me of, I think, this French phrase that's linked up somehow with the word orgasm, or the concept of it. And the French phrase is le petit mort. I don't know. I'm only a little French, guys. I don't know how to say it. It means little death. Le petit mort. And it describes this release or surrender when we're letting go within the pressure. So if just for a minute, let's step away from all things that feel, smell, taste good, and take a good hard look at the big picture of all of this energy. First and foremost, Taurus is about being, our being nature, sipping the sweet nectar of life. Who are you as a human being without doing anything at all? We were brainwashed as kids to think, who do you want to be when you grow up? Requires you to be doing something, and in that exercise alone, we learn to abandon our human beingness. We learn to abandon our being nature and base our worth off of what we do rather than who we are as beings. So the messed up thing here is that our being energy, speaking in the natural flow of universal energy, is what should be directing our actions and our doing energy, which then leads us to having certain results, getting to a certain destination, having certain resources. Once we consider this being energy, which so many of us have not, then we need to consider, what is it that I value? And really, why do I value what I value? And you can look at this for different areas of life, whether that's relationships, careers, physical health and wellness, spirituality. And it's not even the value itself that determines like what is driving our motivation. It's actually the why within your value. Why is it that I value what I value that's driving the motivation, the energy, the actions that we're taking in daily life? And the truth is that our values and the energy within them are one of the most, if not the most foundational aspects of our subconscious mind. You guys ever set goals and wonder like, why am I not getting it? Or even more likely, why am I not getting it within this time frame? Sometimes it's not realistic. The bar is a little too high. And usually it's because of the baggage that exists within this level of your programming, within the why of your values. And it's not hardwired at all. This is some of the deepest, most fulfilling work you can do on your consciousness. So values determine what motivates us, which fuels our actions, and then determines how we choose to spend our time, which then influences what we have as a result. So hello Aspen, this all leads us to the next part of the big picture that I want to unpack today, which is investments and finances. First of all, how do we choose to spend our time? Remember, time is our most valuable currency. And unlike our bank account, we never know how much we have left. Taurus values efficiency. All earth signs really do. So regardless of how you spend your money, whether it's recklessly or cautiously, how we spend our time is even more important to be mindful and intentional of. In fact, it probably influences how we spend our money, which is just a mirror of our energy and our time anyway. So it's just all connected. How we are spending our time is directing our energy. We are always moving forward. The question is, in what direction? What is the quality of that energy moving forward? And is it intentional or is it impulsive? Because when it comes to our resources and getting what we want, that requires long-term commitment and discipline and consistency and embracing pressure at times. How do we sustain all of this? There must be alignment and clearing out. It's like a simultaneous alignment and clearing out of the baggage at the level of the subconscious mind. And we must consciously know and understand our values and have clarity within them, right? No weight to them. They should all feel like they have momentum for moving forward. So being truly honest with yourself, because in order to get to where we want to go, we have to be brutally honest with where we're starting from. Are you someone that knows what they want and then kind of zigzags and takes this wild and inefficient path getting there, maybe even sometimes getting lost? Or does your energy have a laser focus on it, and do your actions reflect this like unwavering dedication towards that goal? So start to consider with this full moon first, who am I as a human being? This is such a good journal exercise, guys. Just writing, who am I? These are I am statements. Some examples from mine are I am inspired, I am curious, I am connected with nature, with the elements, I am sensitive, I am deep, I am love, and so on. So build on that. It's just I am without actions at all. Then what are my values and what are my why within those values? Now, recognizing, especially when there is baggage in specific values. Some of those values are going to feel very forward moving. Some of them are going to feel a little bit heavier and weighted, and it requires this brutal honesty with yourself. It's actually quite simple, and sometimes our conscious mind overcomplicates it or gets in the way. So it's helpful to do this with someone who has tools with the ability to communicate with you at the level of your subconscious mind to get the conscious mind out of the way. very, very helpful, because the more clear the baggage is from the level of your values, the clearer your energy will be moving forward. Next, in each action you take, is that action bringing me closer to the resources that I want? Are my investments, both financially and with regards to my time and energy, reflecting what I value most? What resources do I want to need? Finally, these are two fixed signs, Scorpio and Taurus, and they can get stuck, like we started off saying in this update. So what patterns need to change? And what foundational rhythm in your actions, thinking, and beingness need to be anchored in to support you? Once we really dive into this work and create alignment in and with our values, this is when the pleasure aspect of this axis really expands. That is when opportunities for pleasure become bigger than they ever have before. So take some time to be present with this, to unpack anything that you no longer need. Taurus, again, is the minimalist. It's about simplicity, and it likes efficiency. And we get that efficiency by dropping anything we don't need. The Scorpio energy reminds us to shed what no longer serves you. And yeah, thank you for listening. Happy full moon in Taurus, and tons of love.